I want to continue with this segment of this video about um, forgiving and living with your heart open for 2026. Living with your heart open is a decision, it's a choice. One of our I would call it knee jerk reactions, or just a natural proclivity when we're hurt, is to close our hearts because we don't want it to get hurt anymore. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to another video. Welcome to the Bajo channel. This is the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. I want to continue with this segment of this video about forgiving and living with your heart open for 2026. Living with your heart open is a decision, it's a choice. One of our I would call it knee jerk reactions, or just a natural proclivity when we're hurt, is to close our hearts because we don't want it to get hurt anymore. We're tired of getting our hearts smashed into pieces, right? So we make a decision by default, not even sometimes be aware of the decision we've made, but we close ourselves off. We close ourselves off to love. We close ourselves off to friendships. We're closing ourselves off to truly feel. We don't want to feel anymore because it hurts so bad. But what we do as we move forward in 2026, you are setting yourself up for failure. You are setting yourself up for failure. And the reason you're setting yourself up for failure is because you have to live open to be able to receive. I'm going to give you a few more reasons in part 2 of this video as to why you really need to open your heart and live and make this 2026 just an amazing year. One, when you decide to close your heart and not, be open to any type of emotional contact or pain or anything like that, one, it makes you bitter. And bitter is heavier than vulnerability. A lot of times, protecting our pain, it drains us. You're trying to protect that hurt, that pain, but it's exhausting. You become so exhausted from the mental aerobics, the emotional aerobics that it takes to just keep that wall up. But when you are open, you become light, you become more creative, you have more of a flow. And really, that's really what you want. But because the pain is so intense, it blinds you from what you really honestly want. The truth of the matter, we all want to be loved. We all want to be respected. We all want to be precious in someone's eyes. It's just a natural human feeling. It's a human desire. But because we've been hurt so much, we I don't want nothing. I don't care. I don't care. But that's not really the true essence of what you want. Sometimes we have to be in this defense mode because the pain has been so consistent and so intense that that's just our only way that we know to protect ourselves. But bitterness is heavier than vulnerability, honestly. Another reason why we should understand that living with our heart open is that every time that you are disappointed, it refines your wisdom. I promise you, I have learned so much in my disappointment, and I've become a different person in regards to how I see things, how I view things, how I'm able to receive, right? It hurts going through, but that hurt is a painful refining process of your wisdom. There's some things in life you can't even learn without disappointment. And that's the thing. You have to go through certain seasons of disappointment just to learn the lesson. It hurts, it's painful, it's brutal, but it's necessary. I'm going to keep it going. Another reason why keeping your heart open is so important, especially for 2026 as you move forward, your heart openness is going to attract other people that align with you. When you live with your heart open, you're attracting other people whose heart is open, right? And these are the people that you need in your life. These are the people you want to attract because like attracts like, right? When you're bitter, you're hateful, you're hurting, you're going to attract those same type of people, and that's going to be the circle that you live in. You have to decide what it is that you want and what you don't want. You have to decide what you want and what you don't want. That's not a life that I want to live. If you're at a place where you don't care no more, then have at it. But I'm just encouraging you that you really do want a happier life. A life filled with joy, a life filled with peace. But you cannot live with your heart closed and think that you're going to attract the brightest, most awakened people in this world. And to be honest with you, loving is really our natural state. We were made in the image. We are made in the image of God, and God is love. So our natural state is really to love. That's why when somebody clobber our heart into little bits and pieces, we are devastated because that was something so natural for us just to love you. It's natural. So when we make a decision to say, hey, I'm not doing that no more, you are actually leaving your natural space. You're living outside of who you are, only because loving is who you really are. And you can't punish yourself because you love the wrong person or the person that you love could not appreciate the love that you was given, because that's really who you are. You don't want to operate outside of who you are. Then you become unhappy because you're not living in your own fullness. You're not living in your own truth, which is love. And sometimes it's easy to close off because I'm not going to let this person hurt me anymore. I'm not going to let that person hurt me no more. But sometimes, honestly, just being real, you just have to remove that person from your life. And you continue to be who the light and a ray of sunshine that you really are. Sometimes people have to go, and it's just hard for us to cut those ties because they've been in our life for certain amounts of time and we just are accustomed to them. But sometimes they have to go. They're taking up space. They're taking up oxygen that you need to heal, to be better, to be creative, to have peace. That oxygen is for you. And these people come, they take up this oxygen, and what you really need to do, instead of closing yourself off and recreating who you really are, becoming a person who doesn't love, got walls up, you're being, just bitter and hard. Really, all that needs to happen is a reconstruction of your environment with them being out of it. That's it. Sometimes you have to learn how to do the math. Subtraction is good. Subtraction is good. All you need to do sometimes for happiness is do your math. Subtraction. You remember subtraction in the second grade? First grade, second grade? Subtract. Subtracting is good. You have to know when to do that math. And stop trying to reconstruct yourself and become a different version of yourself to tolerate this nonsense. Because living with your heart open, living with your heart forward is who we really are. I learn that every single day. I'm learning that every single day. And sometimes it is hard for all of us to remove people that's just been there for a while. But if you really being honest, they're taking up space, oxygen. They're taking up molecules in your life that you need for your own growth, protection, sanity, peace. So yeah, live with your heart forward. 2026 is here. It's here. We here. You bringing in all that baggage from yesterday? Why? Why? It wasn't good back there. Why you think it's going to serve you here? Didn't serve you back there. It's not going to serve you here either. Yeah, it's a decision. So I thank you for listening. I thank you for listening to this Bajo channel. This is the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. And remember that self-care, it is the best care. Later.